A Minecraft world has a near infinite supply of blocks that you can use to build just about anything that you can imagine. But every once in a while, it's fun to challenge yourself and not have access to this near infinite supply of blocks and instead wipe that all away and have just one block. And today, that is what we are going to be doing. I've downloaded a world created by IJAMinecraft, and the way that it works is that you start out with one block, and when you break that block, it's replaced by a new block. So we are going to spend 100 days collecting one block at a time and see what we can build. Let's get started. The goal for today is to spend 100 days building and see what we can come up with. As you can see, we are on day 0, which means that we are going to be spending at least 18 hours working on this project, but probably more. So if you have not seen a OneBlock series before, the way that this works is we break this block and we should get something. More dirt, more dirt, more dirt, more dirt. Well, and you get the idea of how this is going to work. And before we get too far along here, I think I want to build a platform so that we have just a little bit more space to work with. Ooh, you probably need one more. Let's get one more dirt block. There we go. Place that there. And now, if anything happens, we've got just a little bit more space so that we don't fall off. Right now, we are at the beginning with the first phase that you have, and so we are getting a lot of dirt and oak blocks. But as we go along, we will get some other blocks as well. We are also getting messages right here. So you can see it says, save your items in chests. It's also telling us that if we fall, our items are gone, which is also a good thing to know. I should probably take that advice and put my items in a chest right here. And I think what I will do is just break all of these blocks until we get to the end of this first stage. And then we can take a look at where we are at and see if we need to start building some things. Well, this chest is giving off a bunch of hearts and oh, look at this. We've got a bunch of logs, we've got saplings and a torch. Oh, we are at the end of the first phase. We are going to be upgrading here in 2, 1, and there we go. We are in, I guess we were in phase 0 because we are now in phase 1, the plain. So I think what we are going to need to do is work on expanding this area so that way we can start to grow some seeds and getting trees and things like that. So that way we can start collecting even more resources. We can get a crafting bench. We can turn these oak logs into planks. We can use the planks to get slabs, and now we've got lots of materials to build with. So at the end of phase 1, we have this platform over here for growing oak trees and this platform over here for getting wheat. So that's not a bad start for phase 0, but now let's head on to phase 1, which is the plains biome. And let's see what we get. We have our first pig here, and I'm trying to get him into this space so that way he doesn't go out. So let's put some planks here. Probably need to go all the way around. No, don't go. Don't leave. No. Bad pig. I am not happy with this pig right now. Well, I just will hope that nothing happens to you because you just didn't go into your little pen. So we got a chicken and we have our pig, and I was able to get them in. They're now fenced in as well, so they won't be escaping and we can keep them there nice and safe. So we are now on day 1, and I think what we are going to do is spend the next 10 days collecting up resources. We are going to try to get our trees to grow. Unfortunately, the one tree that did grow didn't give us any saplings. So hopefully that's not a sign of how our luck is going to go today. But I'm going to work on collecting up things, and we will meet back up at day 10. All right, I reached the end of phase 2 and didn't realize it. So I brought you back before the end of the 10 days. Let's see what this upgrade will be in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we are in the underground. But we are going to wait to start this phase until we get to day 10. We are now on day 10, and we are making quite a bit of progress. We've got all of our different things going on. So we've got our animals over here, we've got the trees over here, we have our wheat over here, and we are now ready to begin phase 2. So let's start with mining the stone. Well, and look at this. We've got one of the mushroom cows. Let's go get into the pen with the rest of them. Come on, you can do it. There you go. Good job. All the way in. Oh, go away. Oh, wow. Had a zombie spawn in. That's not what we were looking for. Oh, and now a spider. Well, because oh, 2 spiders. What? Go away. No spiders. Oh, now my axe is gone. Come on. There we go. No, 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 no. Go away. Ah. Okay, I was not expecting a creeper, but I think fortunately it wasn't too bad. We did have the dirt right here break, but we can fix that pretty easily. And I've got some slabs in here that we can replace these so that way we don't have a hole to fall through. That's not too bad, but maybe we should do some things just to make this safe from creepers. All right. I've done a little bit of rearranging. So we have our storage room here. We've got the crafting bench and a furnace as well. This is definitely looking very old school Minecrafty. But on this side, I have fixed it up so that way, if there are creepers, we don't have to worry about it. So I can actually just break the block by looking under here. And then if there is a creeper, boom, I'm right behind here. They block the line of sight and it won't explode. But let's continue on with mining these blocks. Now, the other problem that we had with the creeper explosion was that it took out our bed, and we are going to need to get some iron so that we can get shears, so that we can get wool, so that we can craft up another bed. Just grab some wool right here and 3 planks, 3 wool, 1 bed. So we have our first mob in here, and look at how well this is working. I can just hit him and he can't get me. Collecting blocks doesn't take a full 10 days, and so I had time to build down the structure so that it looks like it's a little bit more substantial. But once I was finished building that, I also added some supports to our platforms so that they don't look quite so flat. We've now arrived on day 20, and you can see behind me the chest with all of the hearts. That means that we have finished phase number 2. Over in these chests are all of the materials that we were able to collect in phase 2. And now it's time to get this chest cleared out, and we will be able to move on to phase number 3. All right, and we are now in phase number 3, which is the icy tundra. I'm hoping in this one we will get some more water so that way we can expand our farmland over here. We are somewhat limited by the fact that we only have 1 water source. So hopefully there's more water in this one. So it looks like we are getting a bunch of snow blocks and some spruce wood now, which is excellent. It's good to have a little bit of variety in the wood types that we are using. Oh, and look at this guy. Oh, no, don't shoot me. Oof, that could be bad. Didn't take advantage of my pillars here. Go away. No, ow, ow. Oh man, I am just missing him every time. Okay, boy, that guy hit hard. So there are 2 things that I'm really hoping to get for this phase. One would be if we can get another water source, that would be excellent. And if we could get some lava, that would also be good. So that way we could start getting a bunch of stone. We could get a dog here. There we go. Let's see if we can get him to come out. Come on, let's grab some rotten flesh. Will he come out for this? Come on. There we go. Let's go. We'll just set you down right there. Oh no! Ow! No, go away, go away, go away! Oh, ouch. Bad, 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 bad. Ah! No! No, no, no! No, go away, go away, go away! Ah! Shoot. Shoot! This is bad! Oh no! Ah. All of my stuff is going everywhere. Oh, wow, there's one down. Oh my gosh. Whoa. It doesn't even hit him. That's just so frustrating. Oh yeah, run away. Run away. Coward. So I think when I died, I lost a lot of things. Oh boy, that was not what I wanted. We've had a couple of disasters here. So not only did we have all of those monsters that spawned and killed me, but we also had a wolf that got loose and it got into here and killed all my sheep and chickens. Well, not all of my chickens. I got a couple right here, but it killed all my sheep. Phase 3 has just been a complete disaster. Oh, and I lost one of my dogs too. Oh man, I think I'm just gonna sit here and break some blocks for a little bit. Try to cool down. As we get into the later phases, we are getting more blocks with each phase. And not only are we getting more blocks, but also the variety of blocks is increasing, which may require us to expand our storage a little bit. So I spent a little bit of time getting myself geared up. I now have a full set of iron armor. We've got a shield to protect myself. And behind me, you can see the chest with the hearts, which means we are done with phase number 3, but we are only on day 25. So I think I'm going to spend the next 5 days getting this base worked up. We're going to work on the platform, expand it a little bit, make it a little bit nicer looking, and let's see what we can do. Oh, and I didn't even look in this chest. Let's look inside. We've got ice. We can now expand our farming operation because we will have an infinite water source. Our platform is now looking a little bit more substantial. We are now on day 30, which means it's time to start with phase number 4. I switched out the logs on the corners here just to make it a little bit easier to get around while we're working on this platform. Plus, when this goes over and there are those monsters that spawn in, it causes all of these blocks to break. So I figured that having some diorite walls would just be a cheap block that we could use for that. Now we are ready to go. We are in the ocean. All right, interesting. Oh no, we've got an Elder Guardian here. All right. Oh, ouch. And they've got thorns. No, 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 no. I can't even. I don't want to deal with this. Go away. Oh, and now we've got that mining fatigue. How are we going to do this? That's one hit. That was a pretty good solid hit there. Hey. Ooh, that was another good one. Nope, nope, don't shoot me. Don't shoot me. It's a good thing I built these. I can hide behind them. All right. One Elder Guardian down. And we've got our first diamonds. Ooh, look at this. All right. I guess we can break it. We've got the iron. There we go. We have diamonds. We'll just put those over here. Well, I say those, there's only one diamond. We'll just leave it in that chest for now. What is this chest? Let's take a look. Musical chest. All right. Got a book and quill and a disc. Not that exciting. Another Elder Guardian. Oh no. Get some food here. I am running low on health. All right. Take him out too. Goodbye, Elder Guardian. Whoa, 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 whoa. Uh-oh. We've got a monster party again. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. No, 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 no. Wow. Okay. This is going to be dangerous. Sort of. I think we could end up having these guardians just go right off the edge. Go away. Go away. Go away. Why am I having so much trouble hitting them? Oh, they're all in the water. Okay. That is going to make getting them much easier. But first we have to deal with these guardians, and that is going to be a challenge because they are just hopping all over the place. All right, come on, a couple more hits. Ooh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, it's getting dangerous. I think we have to be careful with this guy that we don't get knocked off by the thorns. Whoa, 1 health. Uh-oh. Get some food. Let's get this drowned over here. Boy, these guys are just not dangerous at all. They are obsessed with this little pool of water over here. I wonder if we should just knock them off. Do we get anything out of this other than rotten flesh? Nope. Okay. Well, that wasn't so bad. We were able to survive that monster encounter. So it's been a little bit of time since our monster fight. We are now on day 40, and if we go over here, we can see that we are all finished with phase 4 and are ready to move on to phase 5. But I've been doing a little bit of work in the meantime, and I built out this platform up here to be able to grow some more trees. We also have this whole structure right here leading up, and we are eventually going to have 4 platforms branching out from here. So one there, one over this one. And I think that is going to make for a pretty good structure. But now that we're ready to move on to phase number 5, I think we should spend the next couple of days working on that and getting all of the blocks. So we'll break that chest to get that process started. But this is ticking down now to be phase number 5, and we'll see whether or not we're going to get any interesting blocks here, because I don't know what this next phase is going to be. But we're going to find out what that phase will be in 3, 2, 1, and we are now in the jungle dungeon. All right, but let's get through these blocks pretty quickly so that way we can get focused back on building the rest of the structure. In each phase, we collect a number of blocks, but we don't get enough of any one block to build something substantial, and that's where the game mechanics start to come in. So we're using trees that we grow to be able to get wood. If we could get some lava, we could have a stone generator to get stone, and we have to use those mechanics. Otherwise, the blocks that we are collecting this way wouldn't be enough. We've now finished phase 5, and it is day 43. While we were getting all of the blocks collected up, our oak trees have been growing. So we now have lots of oak wood and apparently a Vex up there, which we are going to have to be careful about Don't want that knocking us off one of these platforms. But as I was saying, we've got lots of oak wood ready to go, so that way we can finish building the rest of the platforms on the second level. So I've chopped down all of the oak trees, and I've gone ahead and crafted up all of the stairs and oak planks and oak slabs that we are going to need to build these platforms. The platforms on level 2 are going to be a little bit longer than the platforms on level 1. We are going to use these platforms for growing trees, so we want to make sure that we have plenty of room to get a lot of trees here. But now that these platforms are built, it's time to start thinking about what we are going to be doing for the third level. And as we work up, I think I want these pillars that are supporting the platforms to get a little bit bigger. So we are going to put 4 oak logs instead of just having 2. And these are going to go up, and then that way, when we get up to where we're building the platforms can be 7 blocks wide instead of just 5 blocks wide. And then once the platforms are built, we are going to move the trees up to those platforms, and we are going to use the ones down here for farming. But we are going to need a lot of resources to build those platforms, so I am going to spend the next couple of days getting those collected up, and then we can switch over to collecting some of the blocks, because right now we are on day 48, so we have 2 days until it's time to start working on phase number 6. So after chopping trees down for a couple of days, we are now on day 50, and I was able to get a lot of oak logs in here, so we are going to be all set to start building the third level. But it's now day 50, which means it's time to start with phase number 6. So let's break the chest here and see what we are going to get. Oh, actually, we had a whole bunch of items in that chest, including 2 diamonds. What? Why didn't I even look at that? Let's get these put away, and then we are going to start this next phase. In 3, 2, 1, phase 6, the red desert. That means we're going to get a bunch of terracotta, which will be useful for some building. Maybe? I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to build here. Phase 6 came with the largest challenge because the monster party ended up being a lot of pillagers, and boy did they do a lot of damage to me. I died so many times and I kept respawning, but after the first death I didn't have any armor. So I died even faster the second time and the third time and the fourth time, and I was trying to collect up items and run around and avoid dying, but it still didn't work. No matter what I did, they would get me. What ended up helping me a lot was that the Vindicators went up to the top of the platform, and I was able to stay on the ladder and kill the Vindicators without getting too much damage. And then once the Vindicators were taken care of, the rest of the mobs were pretty easy to get rid of, and I was able to finish that up and move on. But let me tell you, it was not a lot of fun, and I was glad when it was finished. Well, look what we have here, a villager. This is excellent news. We can use villagers for a lot of different things, and we just happen to have this space over here, which would be perfect to put some villagers in. So let's see, why don't we take some stairs and place those right along here on every other one? And then on top of those stairs, we can place some oak logs, and we'll do those 2 tall. Then we can place some slabs in between those, fill in the spaces between the oak logs with oak fences, and then finish it off with some oak slabs. I think the easiest way to get this villager into this area would be to place a bed over here, and then if we open up the gate, the villager should go right in for the bed. And let's just place an oak gate right here at the front. We'll break the bed, and then the villager should be all set to stay in here. Hopefully we get a second villager, so that way we can start getting some more. We have now finished phase 6, and we were able to get a total of 2 villagers during that phase. We are going to have to do some extra special trading in order to get more villagers, because right now we only have 8 wool. So we can have a total of 3 beds, and our sheep all died because a wolf got in here and killed all the sheep. So in order to get more wool, we are going to need to create a wool farmer, so that way we can trade with them to get a lot more wool to get more beds. So let's see what we are going to need to be able to trade with this wool farmer to get wool. Let's see. Okay, so we could do 2 emeralds to get shears. Oh boy, this could be expensive. All right, so we now have a Fletcher that we are able to trade with here. So we can use this Fletcher. Ooh, he doesn't have a stick trade. Let's switch that out. So that way we can get a stick trade with this guy. There we go. That's what we were looking for. So now we can get emeralds from this Fletcher. We can then take these emeralds to buy shears with this wool farmer. And then hopefully we will be able to get wool at some point with his trades. Here we go. So we can now get purple wool. And with this purple wool, we can create all of the beds that we are going to need to get the villagers. So let's give each of these villagers some bread and then see whether we can get a baby villager as well. While we're waiting on the villagers, I think what we're going to do is continue collecting resources, farming our food, and seeing whether or not we can get everything that we need to build the third level of these platforms. I finished collecting up all of the materials, and I know it doesn't look like it because the trees have been growing back, but you can see from my inventory here are all of the oak logs that I was able to collect, and I've converted a bunch to stairs, to slabs, and to planks. And I think that means we are ready to get started with building level 3 of the platforms. The first step in building these platforms was to get the central tower completed that supports the platforms. Then we are building out the arches that are going to go underneath the platforms so that they are supported as well. And for these platforms, they are 7 blocks across and 24 blocks long. So there is a lot of room up here to be able to build projects on. So it took a little bit longer than expected, and I didn't quite finish all of the platforms, but we are now on day 61, which means it's time to start with phase number 7. But you can see the platforms up above. We've got one here, we have one above this platform, and then we have one over on that side all completed. The one above the spruce tree still needs to be done, but we need to do this phase first before we can get started with that. It looks like phase 7 is a nether phase, and I hope that doesn't mean we are going to be getting any gas because I don't want to deal with the gas. I did craft up a couple of arrows and I got a bow, so we could shoot a few gas if they do appear, but let's hope they don't appear. As I got started with phase 7, I had been worried about gas, and while I did end up encountering a few gas, they were pretty easy to manage individually. They might have broken a block or two, but they were pretty easy to replace. The real trouble came later, because once the monster party started, everything went crazy. I was dying to the mobs, the gas was firing all over the place, and while at first it was just breaking blocks, eventually one of its hits caused a fire to start, and once the fire started, it started to spread all over the platforms. And for these platforms, they are made out of wood completely. There's a little bit of dirt here and there, but the wood is all that there is for the structure, and that burned up quickly, destroying a lot of different things. We've had a major disaster here. We've lost just about the entire structure. Up above, you can see just the spruce side is still alive. The rest of the structure is gone. We have one cow. We have one pig, which you can't do anything with that. You can't breed up the cow. It's not going to be anything. We have no villagers. Yeah, I mean, this is about the worst that it could be. It's going to take a lot to get us back to where we were. After everything had burned down, I was just about ready to give up. But instead of giving up, I decided to push on, and I cleared out some area. I got some of the lava which we had collected from the nether phase, and I built a stone generator, and I used that stone generator to get a bunch of stone. And because we had some different types of redstone materials, I was able to improve the efficiency of the stone generator after a little bit of experimentation. And in the end, I was able to end up with something that gave me a lot of cobblestone. While I was working on the cobblestone generator, I had an idea for something I could build. After doing some calculation, I determined I'd probably need about 5 chests worth of stone, and so it took me about 25 days to get all of that collected up and smelted so that way the cobblestone would be stone. Once I had all of the cobblestone and stone ready to go, it was time to clear out the old wooden structure that was left over, and that ended up giving me a lot of resources that I was able to use with the build that went afterwards. And our new structure is not going to burn down. The primary structure is built out of stone. There is a little bit of wood on some platforms that extend out, but that wood is going to be covered up with dirt and a couple of other things because we are going to use those platforms for things like farming, for trees, for food, for water, all of the necessities that we need. But getting to the point to where we could build this structure took a long time, and we were already close to having 90 days used up, which left about 10 days to get this structure completely built. And I almost didn't make it. I didn't sleep at all while I was doing it. I had to work all night, all day, all night, all day, over and over, just to make sure that I could get this structure completed before 100 days was up. Well, we have just barely finished getting this built before day 100 has ended. We are on day 100, and this is our final structure. We have lots of different things all ready to go in this, so let's take a look at what we've built. In total, there are 9 little platforms that we have built. The first level has our cow and sheep. On the second level, we have some oak trees. Level 3 is our water supply, and you can see we've got a couple of axolotls swimming around in here as well. Level 4 is our first farming level. We've got carrots as well as wheat here, which are grown in alternating rows so that they grow faster. On level 5, we've got our spruce trees. On level 6, we've got pumpkins and melons. Level 7 has more oak trees. Level 8 has more wheat and carrots. And level 9 has our cobblestone generator. The way I built this structure, it has 2 layers. There's the outer layer and then the inner layer. And on the interior structure, this is where we've got the OneBlock, which we've been mining all along. For this room, it is all stone. It has a roof. This is a ladder which will take us all the way up to the top of the tower, and that's a lot faster than if we go out here and take the stairs which wrap around this inner structure in between the outer wall and the inner wall. I've also got this gate here, so that way if any mobs spawn, I can run out here, close the gate, and then be able to defeat the mobs without suffering too much damage. If any ghast or any mobs spawn that cause fire, like a blaze, they are all contained in this room. But since we've reached 100 days, that's where we are going to leave it. We have built a very nice structure in that time. We've had most of our stuff get destroyed and we've had to rebuild, and we didn't get to phase 10, unfortunately. But if you enjoyed this episode and if you want to see more, let me know and I will do another 100 days where we will reach phase 10. We will go to the end and defeat the dragon and do all of that fun stuff. But until then, thank you so much for joining. It's been great having you here. If you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And until next time, see you later.